Alright, in the previous video I've shown you guys kind of how Pinterest works for a user, and now of course it's also important to know what Pinterest looks at when they are going to rank your pins, rank your page, basically what they look at that's important for us to grow organically. And the first thing is keyword optimization. This is what we're going to focus on when we want to grow organically. And within keyword optimization, there are a couple different things that we can optimize. First of all, the title of your pin is very important. Of course, this is one of the most important factors when someone is typing in a search term, a combination of keywords or a single keyword, and you use that keyword in your title, then that's going to have a very important effect on if your pin will be shown in those search results. And next to the title, we also have the description of the pin. And in the description, I'm going to show you this in the course, what we want to put in there. But of course, there will also be keywords in the description, and also the URL is important. So it's best if your URL also contains the keywords. Then, as I explained in the previous video, people also have boards. In your account, you also have boards, and those boards we can optimize as well, because people can also follow specific boards. So not only pages or other people's profiles, but also their boards. And the board description is also important. Then every pin, of course, links to a page, and the page that we link to also needs to be optimized for the keywords, so the landing page. And finally, we also have the metadata, which can be the name of a image, for example, small details, but also play a role in keyword optimization. And this list that you see here, from top to the bottom, kind of explains how important everything is. So those are a couple of things that we're going to focus on, and in this course I will explain what we exactly need to do to optimize those things for keyword optimization. But of course, the keyword optimization is not the only thing that is going to let us grow organically. Also, the pin performance is important, and especially when we think about keyword optimization, it's important when someone is typing in a search term, they see the results. It's important what happens when they do click on your pin for Pinterest to see if you are actually a good pin and if they actually should show you in those search results. And the first thing are the clicks after search. So how many clicks does your pin actually get when people type in a search term? So the clicks on the pin, and if everything is optimized and the image as well, and Pinterest thinks that you are a good pin to show in those search terms, but if they show you and nobody clicks on your pin, then they will remove you from those search terms, of course. So that's something that's very important. Then we have the bounce rate, and the bounce rate basically means the amount of people that immediately go back if they get onto your pin or get onto your website. So in this case, it's important for both cases, the pin and the website. So how many people do immediately leave your pin when they click on your pin, and how many people do immediately leave your website when they go from your pin to your website, because then Pinterest knows if those people leave immediately, the website is not or the landing page is not good, and people don't want to see that. So the higher the bounce rate, the lower the ranking, of course. Then also how many times your pin is saved. So this is not only when they show up in the search results, but also in the feed. So all saves to a board is very important for Pinterest to see if your pin is actually good, and if they want to show your pin to more people. And finally, we also have consistency, and this is similar to YouTube. The more you upload a video, the more consistent you are, the higher YouTube is going to rank you. And this is the same with Pinterest. So if Pinterest prefers people that upload more often, and they're going to reward you for this, instead of people that only upload pins every once in a while. So this consistency also is very important. So the organic growth is kind of based on the optimization of the keywords, but also the pin performance. And of course, we want to create pins that are performing really well, that eventually will go sort of viral. And the algorithm of this is very similar to YouTube. Also, when we talk about consistency, and sometimes when you launch a pin, it does not perform well immediately, but after a while it can start perform really well. And we all recognize this when we see a YouTube video of 7 years ago that all of a sudden shows up, pops up in every user's feed, and they recommend this video. And this is the same with Pinterest. Of course, it's less likely, and most pins perform best immediately when you launch them, and they can go sort of viral, but this isn't always the case. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about more about the overall strategy.